Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We are here and we are live and we are getting ready to go on a Thursday, as per usual, to get stuck into some Sorare members action. We'll be doing some gallery reviews, some strategy reviews, jumping into the market, looking at streaks and all that good stuff. Fist bumps, teas all on arrival. Thanks to everyone coming in live and loud. A lot of requests in the chat, locked and loaded and ready to go, which is lovely. And yeah, these international dead zones, very much for me, have changed into international chill zones. And a big reason for that, if I can just go and make sure the screen's all set up, has been the missions, guys. Now, if you've not set them yet, get setting them, because they're pretty damn good again. You know, we've got market credits, we've got essence, and some of the stipulations are a bit more favourable than what they have been perhaps in some other occasions. And this is very much deja vu from the last international window, so long may this continue. I've got them set for limited, I've got them set for rare. Nice little challenges here. I think some of you guys were actually in the market earlier today trying to maximise and exploit particularly the market credit opportunity here. I went with Cherky. I seen that he was in the France projected team, and I don't know how I never put him in any team, even as a throwaway, even under 23. I don't think he even showed up in the picker for me. So I'm very glad I might get to use him in this one. I'm selecting him now. I'll see the team sheets come out. Maybe I'll swap him for someone else, who knows. But yeah, we need big scores for the market credits. We need to hit over 80 today. Need to get a hat-trick to bring it all home. So I'm going after that. And yeah, it makes internationals a bit more interesting. And I think for anyone out there, like, all you need to do is look at the limiteds I've got. Like, I don't play in limited internationals at all. Like, I don't have a limited SO7, or you can maybe cobble together a 5, maybe an arena outfit out of the guys I've got, because England, pardon me, Pickford is England keeper, and I've just kind of got that as a classic keeper. As you can see, like Saganikov, Jake O'Brien, Elliot Anderson, you know, Oscar Bob. When the team's out for Norway, Oscar Bob's playing, so I can play him with confidence, which is fun. So yeah, I can maybe get an SO5 arena team out or whatever, but I can really get involved in this with 4 cards or something like that, really, you know, have some good fun with chasing down the missions. And if there was somebody I was looking at anyway, like Jake O'Brien's not a bad one, because one of them's to get booked. And Jake O'Brien is playing he's playing Portugal, and there's another one here for them to hit more than 55, and it's in the underdog scenario. And again, Jake O'Brien's not a bad shout for this, you know, because as long as it doesn't get sent off, it's not unimaginable we could get a wee triple-double or something, you know. Depends on the goal concession. That might be quite ferocious, depending on what sort of Portugal and Ireland do turn up. But having him in my gallery, I'm like, oh, cool. Jake O'Brien is very exciting, dare I say, for this mission. So, yeah, I love that kind of angle that it gives it. And before the international period, like, I would personally, I have teams obviously, and it does change things ever so slightly, but having this, there's a clean way to win, because with internationals as well, whether you've got a team or not, you could have a team smash and do really well, and I can't even think when the last international break was to go and dig it out. If any of you know the game week off the top of your head, feel free to let me know. But you could still like get some international cheat codes together and rip a big score, but you know what? Somebody had all of them. You know, it can still be absolutely brutal to win, and the prize pool is very shallow. I've put low divisions. I've went for the promotion tactic in this international window rather than trying to win. I'm just trying to get some promotions up there for when the domestic stuff comes back. But prize pool very shallow, and yeah, it can be quite unforgiving in that regard. So those missions, straight route to goal, you know, very clean, do this, get that. And you know, the amount of essence I've picked up for Road to Glory giveaways has been pretty good. And that reminds me, actually, I was speaking to you, when was I live? I think it was Wednesday morning. We did the DGen session, am I right? And you know, we had some giveaway cards, and I was like, oh, what happened to it? Why has this guy not been given away? So on and so forth. Sorry, I'm just going to make sure oh, not him, sorry. I'm just going to make sure the giveaway list is accurate, because we did also craft as well, as you guys will remember. And someone donated Connor Bradley. Now, I still have the Connor Bradley here. Yeah, we've got 7 cards sitting at the moment in the giveaway section. If I can just get the screen together. There we go. Now, the Star Boy we've just pulled with we won this card out of All-Star Limited Division 1, a Thomas Araujo. So when this stream ends, if you're a channel member, leave a comment. I'll be picking comments out at random. Thomas Araujo is the top prize for this one. Nisbet, Deuse, and Sahite. Sahite was won by Donny T on the Wheel of Names. So Donny, DT, David Taylor. I'm trying to think of what's there's another handle that's involved with that winner, and I'm forgetting it right now. But you won Sahiti. Graham, you won Diusi. I think you already said roll over, but I can't remember. And you're not here, or maybe you are here. And Gully Gumdrops won the Nisbet, but as of yet unclaimed. Graham is here. I see Graham in the chat. Fist bump, by the way. Quinny, thoughts on my La Liga? We'll get to the question in a wee moment. Just gonna, but yeah. So after this stream, we've got Thomas Araujo to give away. Now, we also got Connor Bradley donated. Now, I'm not sure if did I assign the Connor Bradley somewhere already? I think I might have done. Did I maybe do it on? I think I did it on the comment section of the crafting session, didn't I? So we've got him. We can maybe even draw that today. I also crafted a Kobe Mainu. And he's not meant to be in here. That's for Road to Glory. That'll be out later on. Why is this? Stop it. Yeah, so we've got 2 cards to give away directly on this one. We've got Kobe Mainu and Thomas Araujo. Now, Kobe Mainu isn't really that useful right now. If you've got a Man United collection, maybe it's a soft W. Big noises of wanting a January move. So one of 2 things happens. Either he gets minutes and that changes, card becomes useful, or they think, okay, another homegrown player, very FFP friendly. Let's sell him to Napoli. I think that's the noises right now. But if he went to Serie A, he could be very usable very easily. In-season card with a decent amount of utility. But Thomas Araujo, alongside the Connor Bradley, by the way, lovely card for the giveaway. I'll go and find out who donated that to us so we can credit that properly. But Thomas Araujo is the big giveaway card. The biggest one we've crafted or won or earned for the Road to Glory series this year so far. Not wildly expensive, but very effective and a very high value card. I think is there an injury to a Benfica defender? It's maybe just made his position even more stable, perhaps. I'm not too sure. Lovely looking card as well. Under 23 if you care for that as well. And it's a lovely card. And I'm great to see that the channel members who support the content here on the channel, I've got some lovely cards involved for the giveaway at the moment. So these 3 guys are all accounted for. Araujo and Kobe Mainu will give away to 2 people from the comment section of this stream once it's finished. And Connor Bradley, I think we're going to give that away to someone in the comment section of the crafting session, because that's when it was donated to us, I'm pretty sure, by Asphalt Man, of course. And again, the other name in the chat associated with that is just falling out the back of my head. Mason Miller, no, you have been requesting in the last couple of days in chats and stuff, buddy, so definitely happy to pick up with this. Somebody else also left a comment that I wanted to start with, and I did say that I would start with it, so I'm going to go and dig that out. And there is some other great suggestions in the chat, so we're going to have a lot to get through today, which I'm very much looking forward to. But yeah, let me go and dig that comment out, because it was about, I think maybe something similar to some of the other chat we've had here, in terms of, how do I find all comments? Dashboard comments, there we go. No, it's just for that one video. I don't want that. I want all the comments. There we go. I should be able to find it quick enough. There we go. I've become a member of your channel. Your videos are... yeah, I asked him to reply with his username. He's not done that yet. So that was John Michael Fernandez Perrier 9056. So I responded to the comment, buddy. I'm happy to pick up with it. If you're in the chat or if you see this afterwards, I need your username. Feel free to get that to me however you want. Ideally in response to that little thread. Just check the little bell notification on your YouTube app, and you'll see my response in there if you've not noticed it by now. It's okay, it's no harm. But yeah, it's the only thing it's kind of hard for me to do without seeing the account, see what you've got sitting there. So awesome, right? That's to one side. I'll keep that handy in case something happens with that. And yeah, good to see you all. Mason Miller, and you're back in the house as well. Good to see you. So the first one I've got sitting there on screen at the moment is Matt Harrison. And it is just Matt Harrison, isn't it, is the name. So we'll get Matt loaded up here. Matt's got a fun one. I think there's a bit of shopping involved in this, which is good. I had a wee bit of DGen session myself yesterday, and check out Road to Glory to see how that kind of concluded in the wake of the stream. Liam, good to see you. Sniffy, good to see you. I seen you guys in right early on the chat as the stream was booked on. Love to see it. Thank you very much. I haven't got anything lined up for this game week, but I have some snacks ready for 21 to 25. Love to hear that, Sniffy. Mikey Baston going for 4th streak in Eredivisie Limited next time. and we're after a bit of an MOT on that situation. So that'll be fun, Mike. I'm looking forward to that, because the situation you're in, you're just shooting for this headshots only. You know, that's the mode that you're in now. Headshots only. Graham, of course, fist bump on arrival. Love to see it. James Wakefield, my man. Hey Quinny, thoughts on La Liga Super Rare? I'm looking at getting a Batalla in season to go with La Celso Classic and 2 teams unique Anthony, but it's just too expensive. No problem, James. Now I think, is it James Wah? Is that your name on Sorare again? James Wah Wakefield. No. Need your name on that one, James. Next up after James, we had Bradley was one, but transfer was in progress. They couldn't send on stream. Oh, so someone won it on stream. I thought you gave away the Bradley in stream. I'm sure you wrote the winner's name down. Yeah, that sounds like something I would do. Oh, I've got it here. Yeah, Calum. You're right, guys. You're right. It's at the bottom of my notepad. Calum, I'll ship that over just now. Oh, shucks. James Wake. There it's there. I knew there was an underscore in it or something wacky. Thanks, chat, for remembering. I'll send that over now to Calum. But yeah, the transfer in progress slowed it down. And then after that was Mason Miller. Basically just asking you to have a look at play in all comps in season. Just a quick scan needed. I know the depth isn't there, but I wouldn't stop playing any comps. I'll double. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Sounds like we're picking up from somewhere we left off before, which is cool. Adriano, hey Quinny, I don't need a review, but quick question: if you have a war chest of €1,000 for next in season, would you go with limited Bundesliga or rare La Liga? Considering I have rare Mbappe and Pedri. Interesting, by the way. Thinking about next season because of the classics you have there now. Again, check out the Road to Glory video that will be out maybe tomorrow or something. Again, interesting topic you bring up there, Adriano. The power of the Mbappe and Pedri cannot be understated. Because we're talking about Mikey Bassner going for streak number 4 and 5. Headshots only. Those two guys are headshot merchants, Mbappe and Pedri, you know. Now, limited Bundes, but there's such a lower entry point that with that €1,000, you can buy, you can just buy the league. You could do what QTN does. You could just buy the best players and just pick freely of biases and everything else, and just select 4 boss teams every week, you know. So that is a really good brain teaser. Let me ask the chat for a bit of a vote. That feels like a fun one, right? Limited Bundes. I've not got the... I don't know always how to get the euro sign on my thing, so I'm just going to put pound, right? Rare, and you guys know rare La Liga with Mbappe and Pedri. Classic. No, that's too many. Just put it as C. You guys can have a wee vote on that. I'll have a wee chew over that, Adriano. That is an interesting one. That is an interesting one. Guys, vote away in the chat. Let us know what you think on that. Hey Quinny, hope all is well. RW96, good to see you. You might, to refresh mine before you look, made a few buys. Nice, love that. Love that. Now I'm looking forward to it. Awesome. So, yeah, this needs to go to Calum. So let's send that over there now. Calum. That's my guy there. Trade, add Bradley. Hopefully get some in time for a wee mission. Right, awesome, so I can close that. Matt Harrison. Right, let's see what Matty Boy was after. Alt GR. Right of the keyboard. Right of spacebar. So right of my spacebar is Alt. I've got Alt left and right of my spacebar. And Control. Control's mirrored. Far left and far right. My euro sign is on the number 4, as is the dollar. But the euro is beside the number 4, whereas the dollar is above it, as is every other icon above numbers. If I can explain that as such. RW, can I get? Yes, of course. Let me just copy that. And what are we just doing? An overview? Just a bird's eye? A lot of good stuff to get into tonight, guys. Looking forward to it. No need for preambles or anything like that. We're getting right into it, which is good crack. Yeah, sorry. I know it's not comparable. No, I think it's... But see, because they're not completely comparable, like... That's a really good... I think... I'm really enjoying kind of just thinking about that, to be honest with you, still, because... Like, Bundesliga, I suppose, is the candidate for that limited effort because of the decisive element of it, you know, and the success it's clearly been there this year. It's well reported, etc. So, like, it's the candidate based on this season's evidence, isn't it? And then, but the rare La Liga can be good if you have that, you know, if you have that type of budget. You won't... It rare, especially the earlier in the season you get your teams, that 1,000 won't get you 4 entries. Especially if you want to go from game week 1, you know, so you're on that kind of staggered incline on winning, and because pre-season everything seemed like ginormously jacked, like, yeah, it'll be interesting. So yeah, I'm enjoying thinking about that. The chat is voting away like mad. A lot of people, by the way, man, rare, very much dominating the poll early on. Make sure to hit the like button while you're in on voting. Yeah, so use the right Alt and 4. Okay, let me try that. See if the miracle works. So that Alt and 4. Oh, it worked! No way! It worked! What is this sorcery? It worked. I've tried so many buttons. I've tried like Alt Shift. I've tried just Shift. I've not tried Alt by itself, obviously. Maybe I tried the left Alt. Does the left Alt work? No, it doesn't. It doesn't, by the way. So I was so close. I must have used that left one. That's crazy. Cray. I've just sent him the now, Caleb. We actually just did that a minute ago, buddy. You should have the offer with you. I totally forgot who won it and where it was won, etc. The chat just reminded me. You can scroll up. You'll see the... You can just wind back. You can catch it. But the offer should be in your inbox now, buddy. Should be on his way to you through the blockchain upon your request, upon your blessing. One of those comps right at the beginning. Yeah, like... But even Donkey, that 1,000 at limited definitely goes way further than rare, which is an element of the pros and the cons, isn't it? I think with the... Yeah, and there's some good chat coming around that as well, so keep it coming. Right, so first up we had Matt. So let me just go and see what Matty was doing. We'll set this up. It's maybe better on this page. Afternoon, Quinny. I've sold out of my limited in-season La Liga strategy at a profit. Cha-ching. Well done, big man. Now going into contender in-season rare. Love that. Can you take a look at my options already in my gallery and what I have bought so far for it? I have about £18 for an in-season defender and midfielder left. Can you help me scout the best options at that budget? Love that. So let's have a peek. We're up to 99 rares. Don't know if that's all the in-season contingent, but it might be some legacy stuff flying around there. But let's hit the filters and let's see what's going on. Okay, so I sold out of my Liga in-season strategy at profit. Contender in-season rare. We've got a keeper and a striker. Can you take a look at my options already in my gallery and what I've bought so far? 18 left for an in-season defender in mid. Excellent. And then I guess we've got classics to take a pick of the litter from. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. Can you help me scout the best options at that budget? Fantastic. Now, let's go back to this page. I just want to have a peek, right? I just want to have a peek. Oh, he's too expensive. That's crazy. The Rocky has turned into a guy. The Rocky is turning into a guy. Who would have thought it? I just couldn't help myself. So I thought, it's a defender, isn't it? Defender in mid. Yes, we needed a defender in mid. And I thought, Big Mike is ripping, and if he was like under the radar somewhat still, then that'd be great, but that L3 is not going to hide itself, is it? Okay, cool. So let's go into the market. Now, the thing about Contender, which can be good, is it can be very, very cheap to get big scores. But the cheap guys, so the guys that are in this price range, the problem with them tends to be they're hard to forecast. They're infrequent big scorers. So that's the main thing we're going to try and wrestle with, I think, is frequency. Because with a team like this, again, check out the Road to Glory video that'll be coming out. It's again a topic we've just kind of done. And, you know, even the DGen session yesterday, that's kind of the main kind of nuts and bolts of what I'm talking about, certainly. Done something similar myself, based on some crafts that I'd had, obviously, as the kind of foundation to give me that foothold into the thing. Hey, well done, Calum. Congratulations again on the Bradley. And thanks again, Asphalt Man, for the donation. Really means a lot. Okay, now when we've got the league selected, I'm gonna remove the. I'm gonna take the. Oh, sugar. I'm gonna remove the ones we obviously don't want to be entering into at this stage of the season, just for clarity. I don't think Brazil. When does Brazil end again in Mexico? But we check that out quickly. That might be important for later. Yeah, let's just find out. And then we know. I probably should know this. The chat might help me. If the chat can save me from doing one of it, then fine. But yeah, oh, Mexico's. Yeah, it's finished. Right, forget Mexico. We don't want that. And Brazil. Brazil goes until game 38 on the 7th of December. We're at game 12. Oh, there's some rounds chopped about and stuff. So we're kind of at round like 34, kind of like 33 and a half we're at the moment. There's some games to go, then we get round 34. So we've got like 5 games left of Brazil. I don't think I'm really going to enter into that. 5 games is maybe just about enough if somebody was like mad cheap just to get us going. So I might use that as a little, like just a wee cheat maybe, depending on what else we find. Russia, I don't think I want to touch that now. Same with Norway. Let's just double check Norway because I'm not totally cognizant of their calendar right now. So let's see, we've got a game after the break, and oh yeah, 2 games to go. They're done. Yeah, we don't want anything to do with Norway. And again, just for convenience, let's just get rid of these. Is it Peru and Colombia that are here? Can't be bothered even checking out when they are, but we'll remove them and we'll play with what we've got here. So I'm going to move the budget down. So we've got £18 total. So let's look at like maybe someone that's priced around the kind of £11 mark as a ceiling. And this needs to stretch over 2 players, but just to give us like a range of possibilities, perhaps what's at the top end of possible and what is probably reasonable. Because this guy Kadusic. He looks alright, man. He looks. It's one of those ones. If you don't laugh at your own jokes, who else is going to? He's a good one to get us started. Lokoshvili. Now we love a Georgian, don't we? He looks very Georgian with that tash, doesn't he? Does he play for Georgia? Out of curiosity, he's got caps, man. He gets caps. He picks up caps. That's fun. It's a fun wee detail. He's £8. He's actually right in line cost-wise with what we're after. Has AA, has some decisives, not that many. He's mainly AA, isn't he? And he's at Nuremberg. What are the dealios with Nuremberg? And Bundy too. So Nuremberg at the moment, yeah, about mid, aren't they? Nothing too good or bad. Which for a defender, like, you kind of want them active. You want them defending stuff. So that's not a bad situation. It's actually kind of semi-optimal, I would say, for Bundesliga 2. You want a team that's fighting but not getting hammered. And yeah, this Orich here, he looks alright. He's got a wee bit of, yeah, a wee bit tamer at £10 compared to Kadusic. He doesn't look as good, does he? Joe Felix of Bielefeld has some big scores there, doesn't he? But again, at that price point compared to that other guy, Maybe somebody else. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting biased on that one because of the name. But yeah, it's nothing really super great at this price point, I don't think, for in season especially. You do need activity, you know. Ante Mastorovic, a fiver. Oh, there we go. This guy's none too bad. Yeah, this guy can be what we want him to be. Fixture and situation dependent. So he's at Rijeka at the moment. What are Rijeka looking like these days? I know last season was a bit. I think it's kind of been a bit of a boom. You know, air's been popped out the balloon, kind of thing. Yeah, after everything that's went on in recent years, they've lost a lot of players, haven't they? But again, they're not terrible in the league. They've just been bad. So, how's he been scoring in that time? Yeah, he's been scoring quite well. You know, like all things considering. And he's kind of, I don't want to say he's fixture proof, but like he scores well last season when they were doing well, and he's kind of scoring alright this year, and they're third bottom, small table, I know. But at £5, Ante Mastorovic could work for streak 1 and 2. Like, I don't think he's out of the equation for that. I did like the thought of George Campbell when he went to the Championship. Is he injured? He's not really scoring that great. He's not bad either. If he's super cheap, yeah, £2. He's very viable for £2, but you need to know you can use him. If you can't use him, it's not, you know, it's just a waste. Anel Husic. This isn't going to stick, is it? It's just that first guy that I worked with. He's alright. Again, Rijeka, similar situations. This guy may be a fullback, perhaps. He looks more of a fullback. We've got Hrgovic here, who plays at Hajduk, who are actually top. So that's actually a pretty good defender. Now, he's needed decisives to get these 60s. Yeah, he doesn't really actually score as good as that Mastorovic. Linus Giktor. He used to be good. Is he a bit of a sleeper, maybe? He is good, but... DNP in the last game, so watch out for it. £7 a bit expensive. This Mayokolo, I won this guy at some point, and he was like really good. Like, he was like in my last team all the time, just as a pure throwaway. But he was handy. It might have been this period here. Maybe it's further back and we can't see it. But this guy's like handy. Like, he's no bad. He's a good footballer from the SO5 scores I've seen, certainly. £6. I could get behind a guy like that if we know he's going to play. I'm going to struggle to remember all these names, right? But as I go through the pages, I'll be able to recant them quite easy. But I think there's a few decent options there under a tenner quite comfortably. And I'm going to double check that Kudusic before using his name in so much fun again and making sure he's actually someone to think about. Ben Davis could be a sneaky one if he actually played, because he was a good scorer for a wee while, was he not? Is he just injured all the time or something? We'll go to one more page, then we'll jump back to the top, and then we'll check out mids. I think there's like a top 3 there, isn't there? Look at it. Used to be very useful for people, was he not? And what's the deal? Has he just been kind of in and out and stuff? Injured, come back, crap, injured. He was really good. He's only 2. That's a weird one. That is a weird one. That's one to maybe keep your eye on. Like, what is the reason for that? If the chat knows, intel's always appreciated, as you know. Let me keep this page for... Oh yeah, let me keep this page for requests, and let me keep this page for chat. So let me see. You guys have been saying lots of stuff. Oh, did you send a message on Discord? Oh, I didn't put my seatbelt on today, so I didn't go into Discord. Leoverse. What league should you go for? It's a tough one. That is a tough one. Let me think about that. 6 games for Brazil. Thanks, James Wakefield, for the intel of that. Robin Gonzalez of Vukovar. Not sure on his price. Sorry, he's a mid. Right, we'll check him out in a second. Rijeka have midweeks. Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's kind of good and bad. I would term that for a team like this as bad in terms of what Matt Harrison's building here. Pinto Pedrosa is good. And Matt was looking at Pinto. So let's have a look at... Let me open a new tab for player searching. Let's have a look at some of these names that you guys have put out there. So we had Robin Gonzalez. That just sounds like a Mikey Baston player if ever I heard one. He has in-season cards but no picture. That's so weird. Oh. Takes a lot of budget. Could be worth it, but could be worth it. Now the thing I do pause with here is Bundesliga 2 and Croatia. What do the fixtures sync up like quickly? So we play until... Wow. We play until Christmas, basically. Until Christmas with Croatia. And we return for when Champions League comes back, essentially, is how I'm thinking about it in my mind. And with Bundesliga 2, we play until Christmas and we come back the week before. So Bundesliga 2 will return before Croatia. It's not really a problem now. It's a tomorrow problem. So I don't think that's really because of the amount of games we've got between now and then. I don't think it's a huge problem, but it's something that we have to put into the mix, I think, don't we? We have to put that into the sauce. I like that guy a lot, Robin Gonzalez. The next one we seen here was Pinto Pedrosa. Pinto Pedrosa. Ooh, no, wrong guy. Rafael. That is Pinto. I don't know what one that is, Mikey. You've lost me now. Sean's looking at Bundy Rare. By the way, it's pretty cheap, man. If you like, Lukeba's not cheap. Though guys like that are mad expensive, but kind of everyone else isn't that bad. That's him. Oh, it's this guy, Rafael. Is it? Cool. Oh, it's a rookie. Oh, a rookie defender. It's a bit expensive, man. At the £9. Oh, he's not expensive, but he's at the top end of that range that we would have, isn't he? He's £9.80 for this guy, so he's like 50%. It's not bad, actually, is it? 18-year-old. I don't know if we're getting taken in by the rookie and the Wanizek element correlation, but there's some great shouts as well. So I'm going. Let's mix this up and go into midfield. I'm sure we'll see some of the same characters that were just suggested. There are some really good ones. I think taking the Croatia guys is kind of a gimme. At defence, because we might get a bit more. We've kept the budget the same for midfield. I really like this guy, Skeeta, IRL. Not really came together for him yet in Bundesliga 2, has it? Is this Bundesliga 2? Yeah, it is. He's got some goals. Look at that. 3 goals in 3 games. He's done it a wee bit. He's a good guy, by the way. He's a good guy. I like him. Anyone else? Gonzalo Villar. Sam Ties guy. Just doesn't he play all the time, sadly. Is this another Finnish guy? Oh, I meant to check on that defender, didn't I? I forgot to do that. Let me go and do that quickly. Nico Seeger there up at £9 was Kadusic. There he is. Yeah, so Istra. And it's like, he's got AA, and if he hits a decisive, he's bringing it. But he's even got that game against Hajduk. And this game against, who's this? Kovar? Oisek? This guy's got a bit of everything, man. This is like Klaus vibes, is what I'm getting from this, you know? A wee bit. Kadusic. And then, so he is Croatia. We had Kadusic. We had, who else did we like? Was there anyone in the Bundesliga? Lokoshvili was alright at £8. I think we've seen somebody better than him at that price point. That rookie's maybe better than him at that price point, the second guy. Mastorovic. Yeah, Mastorovic was very cheap and pretty solid centre back. In terms of just giving you SO5 scores, like forget about the team doing well. Oh, there's Pinto there. Yeah. The rookie element makes him fun, but it also makes him volatile. Even Mayokolo, I wouldn't go against. Awesome, right? Okay, so let me go back to midfield because we've not really looked at that. I also had Leon Schneider on my radar. Quinny, £4 defender. Let's have a peek at him. Leon Schneider. He's a confident looking lad, isn't he? Pretty solid AA. Doesn't get decisives, doesn't completely need them. To get up and go, and that's fine, isn't it? I suppose. He plays for Bielefeld. How are Bielefeld currently doing? Yeah, mid-table. Similar kind of thing to Nuremberg. Nuremberg's defence is a tiny bit better. They've both lost the same amount of games. Very similar outfits. This team actually just score more goals, but Bielefeld are on 25 goals. Nuremberg on 13, which probably means he's in a better team. Like, so this is... Like, you can kind of... When you're building your team, you've got to just think of this guy as like a 50. That's kind of where I'm at. Obviously, he can give you more. But, like, can we get any correlation here? Away is like a mixed bag, really, isn't it? At home, yeah, he's like a 55. You could think about when you're building your team. Away, I would be thinking about him as a 40. But it might be a, you know... So he's quite good, isn't he? But whereas with some of those other guys, even the... we've changed page. Let's go back to it because we're still talking about defenders. Sorry, midfielders. We'll get there in a second. But like this Kudusic kind of gives you that. I know he's a wee bit more expensive, right? But he goes above those scores. Can give you a bit of everything. Can even just get out of jail with a decisive on a flat 60. You know, you need that sometimes. So I like that type of makeup. I'm just kind of drawn to that personally. Even this Lokoshvili. Defensive decisives are hard to replicate, of course, but he's not too dissimilar. And what about price-wise? What was a Schneider? Oh, he's half the price. Yeah, he's better than this Georgian guy, I would say. Just about. That's the Nuremberg chat that we had. That was that guy. So yeah, I actually don't mind him. He's pretty good. At the price point, he's fine. Gets you going, I think. And I'm not trying to naysay him. I'm just trying to, like, don't get too carried away with that guy because he might just hit a few 40s without having that decisive possibility to fall back on. Sometimes these guys might just get hammered for a few games or just don't really turn up. Or and yeah, this Mastorovic, he's a fat... Yeah, again, he can just get a little bit higher. This double decisive's also cancelled itself out. Can we get any correlation for him? Away, it's boom or bust. It feels like. At home, yeah, kind of similar, aren't they? Just maybe a wee bit more 60-ish for him. Clearances and all that type of stuff, you know. Let's go to the next page. I think there's one more person. Van Paul Holy. I don't know who that is. Van Paul Holy. Is that the name? Doesn't sound like a real name. Not that I ever stopped just typing something in before, but just double checking before I do type it in, I suppose. I won this guy a while ago as well, and he was good for like a few games. Like, this guy could just smash for no reason. For like a few games, he was like, yeah, I think that might have been this. And I get rid of him. Doesn't play all the time. That's what you need to watch out for in these divisions, is they can flip-flop. Will be quite volatile in that regard. Yeah, I think there was somebody else back here that we've seen that I've not seen yet. I wanted to just refresh my memory on. Devitak. I don't think we looked at him last time, did we? Oh, he's catching stuff, by the way. Yeah, he's a wee bit... If he doesn't get that, you're screwed. Look at it at £2. Yeah, so defence, I think this guy is pretty solid. I think the Pinto guy's pretty good. I think this guy's just a bit more, like, you can start your team off with a guy like this quite easily, I think, if we get some power as a result of that into midfield. So if we imagine this guy as a kind of baseline, he's a £4 guy. Some of the other cheaper ones were like a fiver and such. We have £18 as a starting budget. So let's just move this dial up to 12, right? As we go into midfield properly and see what is kind of on the menu at this price point. Now, the guy Sigurd is up top here, and at Hajduk, it's probably not a bad shout. Doesn't start all the time, though. Is an international for somebody. Canada. Sweet. That's fun. So he's kind of good, isn't he? But a bit misleading. At that price, I think I would want more certainty. Krovinovic, we know, plays all the time, but doesn't actually always score that well. So don't get drawn in by him. He can be a bit lackluster. Again, this guy in midfield you might get away with if we had a smasher where we're getting in defence. Because like he can kind of bring in that soft 40 to 50. But again, it's easier to get that from a centre-back. Paddy Roberts is probably not worth that at this range, to be honest. Alan Brown, there was a lot of hope that he would go to the Championship and be good. And by the way, is that him now starting to play? Who's he at now? Is it Middlesbrough? Yes, it is. Look, so he's been coming off the bench and bleeding into... This is a great guy to get, by the way. There was a lot of hope that he was going to... Now, they've just lost their manager, haven't they? Has he not just went to Wolves? So that's maybe a bit of a dodgy element. But I think he's a set-piece guy. So he's got a triple-double here, but attacking-wise, 2 balls into the box. Passing stats-wise, attempted assists are minimal. Let's check this game here. Yeah, minimal attempted assists. I thought this guy was a set-piece guy, but again, look at triple-doubles and stuff like that. So I don't know if he's going to get goals and such. Let's go back to all teams, and we're doing the Championship. Was he not good in the Championship before? He was alright. Yeah, like he could do good, couldn't he? I think this is what some people were hoping for. He's very cheap. He's very cheap. £3.50. I would definitely have him on a list. Weighing that up. Try and investigate a wee bit if you can. Martial Tia. Another really good looking rookie card, by the way. Wee bit of short-term form, so it's hard to buy into that right now for this particular strategy. Skeeta, I've mentioned already, I quite like. I think his price actually maybe puts him in the conversation because he's very decisive. Male Corbos, a 30-year-old American with a haircut like that. And yeah, he's really boomer bust. I don't think we want a piece of that. Borough just changed manager, yeah. Smegma, good to see you. Paul Jolly, is that what we're talking about? Paul Jolly. Auto type. Yeah, I thought so. And this guy is a defender. Wow. This guy's like a binge drinker, isn't he? Gets hammered or does nothing, you know. He looks alright. I think for this he's just a bit weak without decisives. I don't think there's enough of them there for us to factor them into the thinking. El Azouzi. Sounds like he'd be good. Isn't particularly. Anyone else on this page that really talks to us? Wanis Taibe. Looks like he'd be related to the boy that's just went to Sunderland. Aaron Ramsey. Cavelge. Harrison Armstrong. Also at Preston. Or I say also at Preston. Is that Preston? Also Championship. That Mafuet guy was meant to be alright, but didn't really turn out to be anything. JPB, where is he? Back in Bundesliga 2, doing nothing. How gutting. Wish he went to St Johnson. Oh, this guy's just spiked. What's his deal? Just came in from Denmark. One to watch out for. Kasper Davidsen. Just coming in from Aalborg. What's built up on this? AA. 4 tackles, triple double. 2 attempted assists. Shot on goal. Interesting. What about just like this 48 here? Let's see what this was. 1 tackle, 1. Interceptions, 4. No attempted assists. 2 shots on goal. Yeah, this guy's interesting. He's getting shots away, like even if he's not scoring. Was it the 48 we just looked at there? Let's look at the 51. 2 tackles. Duels were even. No interceptions. 2 attempted assists, a big chance created. A shot on goal. Yeah, see guys like this that shoot and tackle. How much is he? £6? We're hosting Kiel in the picture. Mid. 13 goals. Yeah, they're maybe just... If he was like this situation, young kid, if they were a bit of a better team, that would be so exciting. It's pretty good at £6, but to put the whole faith of the team on him, I don't know if I could do that. But that Davidson's one to watch. Heard it here first, guys. Have a look at the 27 score as well. Oh, of course, the negative decisive. Okay, sure. Penalty conceded. 1 a tackle. His AA was 12 besides it, I guess, yeah. 2 interceptions. Yeah, wasn't far away from a wee double-double. No attempted assist passes were there. But again, shot on target. This guy's shooting every game on target. Every game he's getting a shot on target, you know what I mean? And he's getting, you know, yeah, man, this guy's got the makeup. This guy has the makeup of a monster. Wasn't he bad in Denmark, by the way, for what it's worth? Aalborg were terrible. Did they not get relegated? So yeah, Casper Davidson, very interesting, but yeah, it's hard to... If you had excess, I would probably have him as my depth midfielder for a little build like this, but the remit right now is 1 defender, 1 mid, and I can't quite make him that guy, I don't think. But he's probably just the tier down. But if we're getting another guy in, we're £6, but could be a boss. Like, he's a really good play, I think, for that. But to build a team on him, it's hard. Don't think I can say it much differently, but yeah, I think he's there with me. Dejan Petrovic has been halfway useful in the past. Hugo Guillamon, I thought he would do so good when he went to this league, but he's always injured, isn't he? Sadly for him. But yeah, so let me think about who would I actually get for midfield? Who was the best kind of... I liked Mikey's guy that he pointed out. What was his name again? It was like Robin... Yeah, Robin Gonzalez. Ah, he's quite expensive, but wasn't he? Yeah. This is the wee list, isn't it? Who else have we looked at? These are defenders, aren't they? Yeah, so mid was quite tough. The Alan Brown isn't a bad move either, by the way. Could we maybe do... Again, they've changed managers, so that's just dodgy right now. Although surely like the team is built around him. So let's look at the team with and without him. So he didn't play one game here. So this is the last game he played at home at Birmingham. You'd think that's a big game for them. He's in the engine room with Aidan Morris. Fine. The game before that was game week 25. This was a midweek weekend rundown for the championship. 1-1 draw away to Leicester. Aidan Morris still played, but this guy Hackney, he played up here in the last game. He played in that position, gave away a penalty, gets subbed off on 75 for Nipans in that squad. That's hilarious. Maybe this guy Senna, Alan Brown's DNP'd. They've fully rested him, it looks like. And it looks like he's been bled into the squad over time, but the game prior to that was Watford away. They lost 3-0, Watford 15th. They played him behind Hackney, next to Morris, at 3 at the back. So yeah, it feels like he's pretty important to the build. Obviously the manager changes really does just... Let's look at this game. Away to Chef Wed, nah. Ipswich. Aidan Morris must not have been available. Or he came off the bench in this one. Interesting. So yeah, I think he's a decent shout, Alan Brown, but you need to speak to a Middlesbrough fan, find out if they even got a manager yet. So yeah, it's just a bit dodgy. Skeeter's not a bad cheap player, but I like that Casper Davidson for the cheap player now for midfield. I'm not sure there's a good, like, expensive pick here. Yeah, like, if we can't bank on that Brown, I'm not really seeing anyone else that's like, oh yeah, he's the guy. I quite like this Davidson. The 100 thing's definitely going to bias you. I know that. But I think in this case, it's a wee bit. He scores a goal. How many shots on target did he have in this game? 1. We've seen that happen in every other match. 4 tackles is incredible, obviously, and 3 interceptions. Won 2 duels more. But he's been hyperactive in all these games as he's came into the team. Attempted assists and such are quite low. Don't expect him to get many of them. Don't suppose he's going to be a guy that scores 10 or 15 goals a season. But if he's putting shots on target all the time and getting double-doubles, for £6, I think he's my top pick. I didn't think that at the time. I thought we'd seen better, but as I'm scrolling back, am I forgetting somebody? Alan Katak, you're right, buddy, we do. And I've got reinforcements in. Julian Green might not be worth the price. Yes, Megman, I'm with you there, by the way. Look at the games when they do bad as well. I'm all about that. Yeah, contender rare. We've got £18 for a defender and a midfielder. We're just kind of... Defence, we've kind of found a few options at a few price points, but midfield doesn't feel like you really get that much for your money at this price point, I don't think. I like this Casper Davidson a whole lot. Yeah, I don't think there was anyone that was really like... You know, there's not even somebody, and I'm not saying he should be worth this amount, but there's not even like the Cuisance or somebody like that. This Saiger, I suppose, is maybe that guy. But just with all the appearances off the bench and stuff, like that just gives me the heebie-jeebies to spend half the budget on him. Krovinovic isn't worth more than half the budget. And I look at the rest of these guys and I think, yeah, what are they really bringing? Alan Brown, we've mentioned too many times. Martial Tia's a nice looking rookie, but at £12, I don't think we can do that. I like Skeeta, but at £8, I actually prefer the other guy at £6. Because Skeeta's alright. Skeeta's alright. But I'd rather just get the cheaper guy that looks better. You know. Yeah. So defence. So I'm going to say Casper Davidson at £6 is what I'm doing for midfield. And I'm keeping an eye on that Middlesbrough position. And by the way, Kadusic, do we get him? If we get Casper Davidson, it does feel appropriate that we make the defender Bundesliga 2. So I'm going to just further filter that. I'll keep the championship. Actually, what's the point? I don't think there's any cards there worth considering, is there? Or maybe there is. Let's keep the championship. I'll keep the big 2 leagues because I think they'll run on the same calendar for the most part. I'll double check France and Spain if we need to. Could get the boy Zek who pairs with him, but I don't think he's really the best player for that price. Yeah, there was some Leon Schneider. That was the guy you get. Yeah, he would go no too bad with him. I like Kudus. I know, but we're going to try and keep the cap. Or do we care about that? We did say that was a tomorrow problem. We did say that was a tomorrow problem, but I do just think that Bundesliga 2 should be able to provide us with a defender for today and tomorrow. That's kind of why I've decided to try and have a look at it through this lens again. Akime, he does alright, and he has done well. Bundesliga 2, you just expect it to be a smashing centre back you can just get your hand on or something. Lokashvili, again, I don't think it was as good as the other guy. Was it Schneider? Beefus and Butthead. He's alright. Yeah, I think I'll maybe just go with that Schneider. The rookie guy was fun. Who was the rookie guy again? Was it Pinto or something? He was kind of fun, but again, you just don't know with rookies when they're going to get taken out the team for a little while and when they're going to go kind of off boil, because it just will happen. It's just young footballers. It's pretty much a fact unless they're going to become a freak of nature. Yeah, this guy. Kind of like the Bundesliga 2 version of the other guy we like, but I just don't want to meddle with that. Yeah, I think I'd go Schneider and I'd go with that Casper Davidson. And that probably leaves you with half the budget still, in fact. So I'd maybe just get that Skeeta as well, just for good measure. Or you add the Croatian League in and not worry about missing out on one game week, essentially, is the way it'll pan out. And bring in somebody like Kadusic. I think he's Kadusic and Casper Davidson. That's it, I'm just going to say it. Kadusic and Casper Davidson. That's my shouts. Yeah, the Pinto rookie is a bit, again, they'll go off the boil at some point. Especially young players, they just don't stay in the team forever. They do get rested and rotated and managed and such. The boy Schneider at 25, he's a week in, week out guy. He's playing all the time. He's cool. When fit. When this graph goes. But yeah, the rookie guy is fun, is in league. And if you let yourself lean into it, I totally understand. And yeah, Kastenmeier is a good shout to get you going. Very good goalkeeper for the league. And Grodowski is certainly a new name to me, but he lives that Bundesliga forward life, doesn't he? If he scores a goal, he brings in a 70 plus, and it's not an exact science, but that's what you want. So that's a good striker, good goalkeeper. And I say the classics will be there for you, Matt. So yeah, that's £18. You can actually get quite a bit for £18. We're kind of bemoaning the quality there, aren't we? But all things considered, it's not really that bad. Rare in season. Mikey Basson, what were we after, my man? Going for 4th streak in Eredivisie Limited next time. Anything else you think I could do with that I've not already got? I think I have 2 decent teams going at it. And 2 peaky teams at the moment. Love that. So, first thing we want to look at is the fixtures. So PSV Breda, Ajax Excelsior, 20 Volendam. Some really good games to get in on for your streak. Feyenoord NEC as well. Oh, really nice looking fixtures, Mikey. Really nice looking. So let's see, we've got good goalkeepers. We've got Unerstal, who were 20 playing. Volendam, yeah, that's handy. De Busser is go ahead, yeah. go ahead. I guess Heracles, not bad for him. Klaverboer for Heerenveen. Alkmaar, that's not particularly good for him. But yeah, I think Unerstal and De Busser, not bad shouts either way for keeper. In season and classic, you've got both of them in that regard. Nice copies, love that, Mike. Okay, now defence. We are loaded up with Twente. We've got Decker, Mullenstein. We've got Go Ahead Lads. Uribas of Ajax. Hit and miss. So yeah, I think we're looking at Melly Mullenstein. Again, this is headshot territory. So defenders, like what is the kind of quality of defender we want? If your boy's going to play at home to Excelsior, the Ajax lad, he might be fine. Oh, he's a classic though. Yeah, I don't think we want to use him as a classic particularly. Depending on what we've got for midfield and attack. Who are 20 playing? Away to Volendam. Probably looking for Van Roy to do a good turn there. And Rots. Yeah, decent shouts. Veerman picks himself in a team, doesn't he? Zarukki's got that form. And against Volendam, it's a pretty decent fixture. He could be solid. Resync is back into form as well, taking on Peck's Wall. Decent. And then let's look at the attack. Ueda. Now I think Ueda, what we want to see is Japan, right? And we want to see after Japan. There we go. And then came off the bench the game after. And then where was the last time? Did he not go away last? Oh, the last time they didn't play any blooming games, did they? Where's the break? Is it in here? Yeah. So I came back against Heracles and smashed. Came back and scored from the last break. Came back off the bench in that one. Came back and off the bench for that one. But again, Feyenoord had Jimenez and some other guys in some of these other years. So, awesome. Yeah, I like Ueda a lot. Who were Feyenoord playing again? They had a good game. Yeah, at home to NEC. Ueda's a good boy up front. So the point or the question is like, what are we missing? What are we adding into it? Fourth streak. Anything else you think I could do? I don't know how I feel about Team 2. I think Team 1 is quite easy to put together. Two things. Kids say. First team seems strong. I think so. It's the second team I can't really visualise. Like if I go back to the defence, it's kind of like I kind of struggle for Team 1 defender. Like, oh yeah, definitely play him. Like Van Roy looks like the guy you're probably going to pick. Is kind of where I fall. Mullenstein could be as well, like away to Heracles, isn't it? Yeah, he's pretty good for Team 2. If you're going Team 1 Van Roy or maybe Proper or Rots or something. So I can kind of imagine a single defender in each team. But in midfield, I'm looking at Veerman and Zaruki going together, probably. And then Team 2 is kind of like Resync. Muirfield went off injured, I think. Was that the chat? Is Heinlinson scores okay? Sometimes. Do I want to put a streak on him? I'm not sure. Or Setter has potential. Do I want to put a streak on him? Not sure. Is this guy not good? Taglahine. Injured probably. And we do have classics, but I'm not sure. Are we using shooting as a classic? Maybe not that bad, by the way, for the streak, especially for Team 2. But yeah, it's not like... And then up front, again, I'm thinking like single pair positions here. Like Ueda Team 1 and Team 2. I don't know if I'm being ignorant to somebody here, like a Van Wolfswinkel or a Piaka maybe, but again, if I'm going for streak 4, I don't really see who I'm picking and going, yeah, let's go after him. There is a lot of flexibility there with classics. Like I say, for this is like headshots only. PSV, Breda, Ajax Excelsior, Feyenoord. Well, these are the things we're looking at. Is there a cheap way of getting some good access to this for this game week? Because it's not just about hitting this streak, but it's getting streak 5 set up as well. The Mauro Jr. at £4 feels like maybe an easy get. El Karouni, Utrecht are playing Telstar. That might be good. That might be... Oh, do you have an El Karouni anyway? I don't think you did you? But yeah, an El Karouni like defender with then Veerman, Zaruki, Ueda. Feels pretty good to me. Like that level of classic power going in there. And then for Team 2, you've got like your defenders you can still use. I'm not too sure about strikers and whatnot though. Dennis Mann's starting to happen, isn't he? Kaplan at 70p. Taking on Feyenoord. Oh. But yeah, I quite like Mauro Jr. for £4. I like... I thought like Dest or somebody would be showing up quite high on this list. Highest average score. Maybe he's not playing all the time. Maybe he's not the answer to the solution. Keith Smith rookie for a £5. Getting all the plaudits. I sent Harry Trades an article. Ronald Koeman likened him to Pedri. Penatera. But yeah, I think an El Karouni Classic might helps you a lot. It's headshots only at this stage. Have to hit. Telstar. El Karouni's getting all the love on all the scouting pages now. He'll be buzzing with himself. He's on good form. Maybe need to check if he's had international travel. Maybe that comes into the thinking ever so slightly. There's another rookie that's smashing it. DS Jansa. One more page. Yeah, it was after the Palace game. Everyone's going nuts for him. He's been on. That's him pinged on the Premier League radars. All the Palace fans have seen him up close and personal. Pepe Classic, £3. Feels like a good get as well. Potentially if we need that striker position for Team 2 sewn up. If we have the midfield and whatnot taken care of for Team 2. With the likes of a resync, maybe double defence Twente. Maybe you play the Heinlein if you like him. And again, with all those in-season options at Team 2, it could be like classic forward time. Otherwise, like, yeah, some of these guys could be fine, I suppose. 20 do have a good game, so Van Wolfswinkel could be alright for it. But somebody like Pepe, who could get multi-decisive in a game like this. No international travel for him. Maybe he's on to start. Maybe it's something to think about. But yeah, Mikey, that's kind of where I would be at with... There's Dest there, £2. Not really doing it, is he? I think he's on the wrong side of the pitch now to score well. So, yeah, Mike, that's where I would be thinking and looking and feeling on your streaks and your Eredivisie. Wee bit of classic cheat code. The thing with the in-season cards you've got here, you've got the options to do it, the strength to do it. Team 1 can be boss level, and Team 2, again, maybe I'm missing something. Pepe not a guaranteed starter thing. Gotts is a good shout for attacker. There's a Gus Till hiding in the gallery too. But what position is Till? Is he a mid? Lauritsen could be fine. I know there's options here, but I'm just thinking, man, I say it's streak 4 going on to 5. Like, are you backing this guy? Like, really? To smash? I'm not singling out anyone in particular, but that's that's what I'm trying to say. Drioche at PSV. If he's going to play, he might be alright. Quentin Timber back from injury soon. Nice one to get cheap. Renta. Soboslai assist. Love it. So far, Team 1 is Unerstal, Rots, Veerman, Ueda, Suzuki. Okay, so that's full in-season, isn't it? Because your Rots is an in-season defender. Yes, I'd get a classic defender into that. El Karauni, or there's another option we had there. I've forgotten who it was now. Yeah, I would do that. Just lift it a gear. And then Team 2 is the Busser, Melee, Resync, Wolfie, and Heinlein. Again, I think they're all in-season. In-season Mullenstein. Resync, yep. Heinlein, yep. And Wolfie, he was, yeah. Mate, I'd get a classic. Maybe even a Veerman, by the way. Get a classic Veerman into Team 2 and get a classic defender into Team 1. Just get that streak. Get number 5 in your sights. Aye, no problem, Mikey. No problem. Yeah, you're playing 5 in season. There's nothing wrong with it, but you've got that flex, man. Doesn't need to be dear. Because they're classics, obviously. James Wakefield, what were we up to? What was James asking for? James. Hey Quinny, thoughts on my La Liga super rare? Oh, we've not done one of these in a while. Blue cards. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, blue cards. Look at us. And one unique. What's the unique? Do we need to think about that? Sofian Amrabat. Nice. He is at Betis at the moment, isn't he? Nice. I'm looking at getting a Bataya in season to let me use my La Celso Classic and move to 2 teams. Also really want the unique Anthony, but too expensive at the moment. Nice. Graham said roll it. I guess that was when we were chatting earlier about those reward cards. So Graham says roll. So I've put roll with a tick. Awesome. Right, so let's have a peek. La Liga Super Rare. We're going to get a Batalla in season. Or you have Batalla in season. You're looking at getting another Batalla in season to make it 2? Brazen Jones in here on the sneaky. Love to see it. Sniffy, I do it for channel members on Thursday. Channel membership's £1 a week, £4 a month. We've got a Telegram group. I give away all my limiteds to the channel members. We do this stuff once a week. Get early access, instant access to the content. And we've got MFL stuff that we do for the channel members as well. Arifa Balaga's playing for Valencia. Robin Roves? Oh, we've not filtered to La Liga. I just assumed they were all going to be in La Liga. Beg my pardon. There we go. That's why I can't see it, because the drop down's no open. Yep, so we have Batalla, we have Arifa Balaga, and we've got Nyland, who's on the bench for Sevilla and probably not going to be coming back anytime soon. We have an in-season Zubeldia, Florian Lejeune, a Ratiu. Very nice in-seasons, by the way. And then a little spree of classic Atletico and Rayo defenders. Some copies on the in-seasons, that's fun. I know Zubeldia is not the best one to craft. It's a bit of a bummer, but at least he plays all the time. He's like nailed on to play. We then have an in-season Lo Celso. No, that's a classic, isn't it? Sorry, Neon Christmas that is. We have an in-season Sunset, a Nelson Diosa. He's a new name on me. Where did he come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Monterey. He was ripping it. That's a nice card, by the way. That's a nice card to just to own. That's a nice card to just so rare, you know, because if and when he leaves La Liga, man, this guy will rip somewhere apart. Like if he's doing this at Monterey, like, so interesting guy to watch out for. Nice classic mids, Lorente, bit of the flavour of the month right now. I've seen even Cherky's copied his sunglasses. And then we have Elazouze and Aspas. And then Oyarzabal. So what's the rules here? It's 3 classics, pardon me, 3 in-seasons, isn't it? So if we have a Batalla, I think you've got, I'm just going to click these filters here. I think you had lists set when I scrolled up here. Second in-season La Liga, third La Liga Classic. What's this list? That's not loading for me. Okay, so what do I think of it? Number one, I like it. It's good, certainly. Forward goalkeeper defender La Liga, yeah. Yeah, certainly good. If I flip the in-season tab on just to make it easier to see the bones of what we have. Also, the Batalla, I'm a tube. You're probably shouting that at me in the chat. It's classic. So we have a classic goalkeeper, which we need to play for 2 teams, and then we need to stretch these 7 guys over 2 teams. So Diosa is probably the one sitting out at the moment. I think team 1, you're probably looking at Elazouze. You probably need to split Elazouze and Aspas, don't you? So let's see. No, you've got Oyarzabal. You don't need to split them. So yeah, let's imagine we go classic keeper, double in-season striker, and what other in-season would we use? Probably the Lejeune. So then that leaves us a spot for a classic midfielder, which we want to be Lo Celso. Cool, so we do that. And we also have Amrabat. So then team 2, you're looking at classic keeper again. And then we have Zubeldia for defence with Ratiu, Sunset in midfield, Oyarzabal up front. Sunset's obviously kind of screwed at the moment. So by getting the in-season keeper in, we can then play Amrabat, or you've said to me in the chat to play Lo Celso. So I see where you're at now. Thoughts on my Liga? I'm looking at getting into Bataya. Yeah, so getting the in-season goalkeeper I think is a really strong move, because you do have like good players, but like Sunset, that's why I've never owned a Sunset. It does just fall in and out the team all the time. His form's really good, but he can just disappear. He always just gets a DNP or two. He just picks them up. So you need to guard against that. Zubeldia isn't a Team 1 guy. He can get lucky, but he's not a Team 1 guy. He's very much, at best, Team 2, even at Super Rare, I would say. So, yeah. I think getting an in-season goalkeeper is a really strong move for you. And it means you can have two teams of really good strength. If Sunset was what if you would think he is on the tin, or Diosa becomes somebody, the pressure for that lessens, of course. But even the introduction of that extra goalkeeper then just opens up the door for if and when you acquire any more super rares through craft or winning or and that kind of stuff, which is always good and always something you want to be open to. So yeah, I concur. In-season goalkeeper is the way to go. I normally play Rio defense with Abdi and Amrabat. Yeah, that's fine. I was impressed with him at the World Cup. Nice. Hopefully he gets in the team. Well, his scores look wild. Classic Celso, so yeah. But you can play two classics at the moment, can't you? So you can kind of do like the team you want to do. Because you've got Lejeune and Ratiu in season anyway. So you can play Lo Celso in Team 1 anyway. Am I wrong? Frankie Kieran, thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate that. Really does mean a lot. Oh, gutted. Oh, hopefully Haaland turns that around. Norway tend to score a bucket with him up front. But yeah, I think it's the Sunset's the problem here, because to get Team 2, I would cause you've kind of got one team at the moment. It's kind of what you're saying, and you're playing dregs, whereas now you could get one classic. Oh wow, really? It's 4-1 at Super Rare. Yeah, that must have been that must be a big part of the reason why I don't play Super Rare then. It seems shocking to me. So yeah, but you can do one of them if it's a unique got you, back up to speed. Yeah, it makes it even more important then, doesn't it? I've kind of yeah, so Team 1 then, we need all... So we can play Amrabat at the moment with the goalkeeper, but if we get the in-season keeper, then we can use Lo Celso. Got you. So let's imagine we do that. We've then got left over El Azuzi, Zubeldia, or Aspas, Zubeldia, Diosa, and Sunset. Yeah, so that's the and then you're kind of living and dying on Sunset, sadly, with the classic goalkeeper. Yeah, I'd definitely get the in-season keeper. Makes your first team better. That's the main thing. Yeah, but without that classic unique, it's in-season super. Got you. I did know that, obviously. I just keep forgetting because I never touch this stuff. But yeah, I think that's a very good move to get the in-season keeper. And yeah, like if again, I don't know the price of these things. Let me have a gander, because I just genuinely have not done so. But what do La Liga super rares look like on the secondary market? I don't imagine this is going to look in any way, shape or form appealing, because the super rare market is the Wild West. Wiki Wild West. We're kind of after a midfielder, aren't we? Or does it matter? Zubeldia, Aspas. Yeah, midfielders were both quite weak, weren't they? JJ? Is he injured again? Gutting. Roca, hard to see when he plays. Pafi Cisse, not bad for Team 2. I know you've got his classic already. Doesn't really do much though, does he, sadly? I don't mind Carl Zelena for Team 2 at 40 quid. Especially if JJ's injured, he might be getting some more... Yeah, he's not really doing much, is he, Carl Zelena? Aaron Barry, 75. Ivan Martin, 55. They're not bad, by the way. They're not bad, they're not great. But, you know they're going to play a lot for their teams. Ivan Martin used to be... He knows I don't own his unique anymore. He lost his superpowers when I let that unique go. When I had his unique, he was one of the best players in the league. He was brilliant. Fran Beltran can be alright, but yeah, whatever. Ronaldo Vega feels like he should score very well. Clearly doesn't, but feels like he should. Baptiste Santa Maria, I think he's going to play all the time. No, maybe not. I think the plan is he does integrate. Danny Parejo. He's definitely lost his spark, hasn't he? Olisa Gassi for 14. Again, he's not really starting, is he? But he has a good... I thought he would start for Levante, to be honest. Now, this Mario Martin guy, I actually crafted this guy and threw him back, and then like the next day, like, did he score this goal maybe? Yeah, it must have been this one. Or was it maybe this 54? It may have been this, because I don't think he played. I think he was like a DNP guy, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? But he plays all the time, kinda. Young up-and-comer. Donny van den Beek, that's hilarious. Yanghill on injury discount. Let me go to the next page in a second. I just want to double check. Yeah, EC was 130. Excuse me. Yeah, watch for auctions. Frankie, yeah, so see everyone that's in the live chat that's got like a little card next to them. They're like channel members. So yeah, we're going through their stuff and seeing what we have that looks good. Oh, that's the end of it. It's page 2, is it? So there's not that many actually for sale. It's quite a slim pick. It's, you know, there's slim pickings on midfield. I don't know if I would buy an injury discount Yanghill Herrera because he does get injured a lot. So, yeah, I think for that team too, just to get somebody that you know is going to play and such. Pafi Cisse, you know, you've got the correlation. But yeah, I'd probably get Ivan Martin at 55 because he's decisive. Girona are really tough to get into now. I do agree, and if you don't want to, I'm totally with you on that. But he is a key figure in the squad. He is playing again. And he's not even getting decisives with these scores, by the way. You'll get a few. So yeah, man, I can get behind the goalkeeper move, and it's quite fun to look at the super rare market, I guess. Alright, we've got 3 more. And then that'll be us. We've been on for an hour and a half. We'll probably, yes, probably be somebody rejected my offer. What was I trying to buy again? Oh yeah, I remember now. What was this one open for? Maybe there's only 2 left. What's a Febas going for? I didn't see him there. I don't think there's any listed. I wouldn't bother with any Alaves apart from Tenaglia. Rico Man is the expert on Alaves. I've got certain people, yeah. I think with super rare, like you can't see the way we're doing with some of these other strategies, where it's just like, oh, just pick up this guy and he could work the now. Super rare, number 1, you don't really have that luxury. Number 2, the cards are so much more expensive. And number 3, the perfect guy could come out and be so cheap and just fit in and da-da-da-da-da. But it's a matter of playing the waiting game a bit, isn't it? Mr. Bojangles, good to see you. So Mason, what was Mason Miller after? I was basically just asking for you to have a look I play all comps in season. Just a quick scan needed. I know the depth isn't there, but I wouldn't stop playing any comps. So we're having a quick perusal, an overview. Let's have a peek. I can see you've got Rangers cards already, so I think Frankie Kiernan's going to join me in booing them when they come on screen. Boo. Boo. Okay, where will we start? Prem. We have Prem cards, awesome. So free keepers. Maybe a refresh if you've been spending. So we've got a Munoz, Sinise, Esteve, the Reece James we crafted. Yeah, I remember that. I'll tell you what, it's probably a good idea, Mason Miller, 'cause I'll need to double check where everything is, but is this unhidden maybe? Or who have we brought in? Sorare, Alvarez, Mbangula. Mbangula's going to be a cult hero, isn't he, on this channel? Perry Malou, Lewis Mia, Gibson Ya. Oh wow, real reinforcements going on here, by the way. Tenaglia, Vargas. Jesus, man, yeah. Wow, this is all in the last 2 hours, mate. You've done a batch of reinforcements. Sold a bunch of guys as well. Well done. Good hustle. Yeah, good hustle. I like the guys you brought in there. A lot of strength. Let's have a look at that on this page again. Oh. There we go. I don't think there was much there for the Prem, but let's see what you had there. So there's a bunch of lineups. So Prem, we're looking at 4 keepers of like bottom end AA standards, like, you know, bottom end of the table AA guys. Defense is alright. For 3 teams, it's pretty fine, isn't it? Like you say, depth, you know, is something that's been worked on. I've seen a lot of those additions there have made a big difference to that. Alex Scott being linked to Man United, I don't know if that was part of your thinking there. Getting into classic mode ahead of next season. In some ways. And again, for 3 teams, Paqueta's suspended for the next game week. Just watch out for that. But yeah, nice guys. Sadly, guys like Wharton, Scott, maybe even Ayari and King and Lavia, they're not great today scorers, like often enough. So that's maybe something just to balance. You obviously get guys like Damsgaard, KDH, maybe a bit more reliable. But yeah. Classics are good options there as well. We've got good guys to mix in there. And an attack. Okafor, Kudus, we're looking to move on. Bowen. Satara. Starting to play for Brentford now. Diallo, classic. Bundesliga. Now you just got Mbangula. Yeah. Mbangula, Ramage, Arnold, Zentner, Lionheart. Love that. Damon 13 days ago. And yeah, we had a wee bit of a rig here prior to this little reinforcement session that you've had. Let's just have a peek into goalkeeper. We've got the newly acquired Ramage and Zentner to complement Damon and Rono on top of the classics. Nice. 4 in-season keepers ready to cook. I bought a trusty and a Schmeichel. Mason Miller buying Celtic cards. Grassing yourself in before we find them. I like the defence a lot. Really like the defence. For not having like Bayern guys and Grimaldo, minus Schlotterbeck, you've kind of got the best other guys, I think, in so many ways. Like a lot of that defence. I like Mbangula. Arnold, as we know, is an OG. Sadly, Eriksen's a wee bit flaky now, but Grifo's cool. Rocco Reitz, Joel Chima. Yeah, midfield maybe needs another guy. I think Mbangula will be good. But that's just for 3 teams. Yeah. Up front, Dagam and Bahoya could come good. Yeah, I think up front, I don't know how you're doing with the classic in-season balance on this, but I think up front needs a bit more firepower. And yeah, I'm not sure I see this midfield across 3 teams, unless the classic midfielders really come into it, like Stiller and Grifo, Stiller in particular. And up front, I think this needs a bit of like a classic Diaz. Something like that, if at all possible. La Liga, we've seen some reinforcements come in for that as well. We've got the goalkeeper. We've got Sorare, Ramiro, Gazzaniga and Radio. So a few classics as well. Lovely choices there. Big fan of a lot of them. Except for Gazzaniga. We're not a fan of hologram hands. Excuse me. Alvaro Nunes. Tenaglia. David Carmo. Some of these other guys are fine, aren't they? Some classics. Yeah, so I'm feeling this is maybe like 2 teams here of like quality. Third team beyond is a bit punchy. In midfield, yeah, Mia, Vargas, Comisana, very underrated. Braze, I'm a big fan of. Alberto Moliero, very exciting so far this year. And some decent classics. Yeah, midfield, yeah, we're probably looking at like 2 to 3 teams here of like really good strength reliably. And then team 4 you can have fun with and pick, you know, your favourites or your hunches. Saganikov being back really helps you. Sadly, Diego Lopez has been a bit crap this year, hasn't he? Hugo Duro's fallen out of favour. Danjuma, I can't really get behind. Yeah, I think you need a striker in season, especially I think with some of the classic relief we need further down the road. Classic Pepe is very useful. If we could get an in-season Pepe, because I don't think it'll be that punchy now because his L10 isn't that great. I think he'll come back from internationals pretty decent. So yeah, somebody like that. Oyarzabal always good. Bang for buck. You just know he's going to play all the time. Kubo will still be quite cheap. He's just back from injury. But yeah, I think that La Liga needs a wee bit of punch in it. Up front. Because it's not a high scoring league. And like if Vinny and Mbappe rip an 80 or a 75, if you've got Oyarzabal on a 72, you're swinging. You know, you're in there with the guys. Or they already outscored them even better, obviously. Wow, Mason France, a full rig here again as well. 5 keepers, 2 in-seasons, 3 classics. One of them's injured at the moment. Norway have scored 2 goals and none of them is Haaland. Is Simpson Pussy expected to get a run of games now? I think he might, Graham. I think he might, but it depends on if we get a new manager. Game's a bogey. Everything's back to 0 again. But I think he might. Now, defence, by the way, no idea who this guy is, but if you've been playing him, well done to you. Nice defenders. Nice defenders. Donham's coming back, isn't he? Van Hoot's alright. Rongier, we love. Pierre Lemalou. Yeah, I know Ludovic Blas is probably meant to be that guy. Oh, you've got Pierre Lemalou. I kind of missed him, sorry, in season. Yeah, I think the midfield's fine, actually, if you've got these guys. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I quite like this. I've got very little to say about the France one. I'm not going to look at MLS, even if you've got stuff there. Jupiler, do we have much? Wow, we do. Kicking in Jupiler. Sherpin brought in 2 hours ago to complement Delange. Van Krombrugge. Koosmans. Toby Lyson. Pia, pia, piano, 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 pia, pia, piano, Marcus Piano. Defenders are looking pretty good as well, by the way. A lot of classics here, though, so maybe a depth situation. Midfield. Yeah, I remember looking at this. It's just Peedford. Yeah. You needed this guy in. Sorgan, we expect to come good. Haspelat can go good. Yeah, maybe just about got this even with a guy like that coming in. Hard to know without building the lineup, so. Big O up front for Mason Miller. Forgan Hazard back in an L5. Yeah, probably fine for strikers too. Tatrawi's a striker, always catches me off, by the way. Eredivisie. 9 keepers. Gonzalo Cretaz for 1. Welly, Unerstal, Claverboer, Belisha. Plenty to use for the Dromo Classic. In-season Dest 2 hours ago. Nice. Watanabe. Nice. Kaplan. Love that. Reed. Hot right now, isn't he? Penetra's got good scores. Classic Reed there as well. Oh yeah, defence is quite fine, I think, isn't it? Numbers and quality, in-season and classic. Midfield, Gibson, 2 hours ago, love that. Big spike at the weekend from him. Kenny Taylor as well, good value I think, although his L5 doesn't look great. Mignan, classic. Gluck, classic. Smith, crafted, first owner, love that. Love that. There's a rookie in-season, classic Veerman. Midfield's thin, isn't it? Numbers, but there's a good balance here of in-season and classic, you're probably fine, aren't you? But it's thin. Timber, somebody mentioned he's coming back into the mix. And then we've got in-season Lauritsen leading the way. Taha can be fine, we've seen him before. Miguel Rodriguez is getting a bit of form back. Trenskow can be cool. Yeah, this is probably Jizz. Jizz is back. So yeah, man, Eredivisie, same as France. Very little to say about that. Right, Charlie, what are you cooking here? You've got a Schmeichel. You've got 2 Butlins. You've got a Liam Kelly. How out of shape does he look in this picture? Does he not look half cut as well with those eyes? Can I zoom in on this? I think he looks a bit half cut, kind of there. Alright, pal. Do you know where the bus stop is? He's got that kind of face there. I don't know if that's coming across the camera. Alright, pal. Do you know where the bus stop is? Do you know what time this place closes, mate? Have you seen my pal? His name's Tommy. Or whatever, I don't know. Falcone, Stekyal, Kakir. Great keeper choices overall. And lots of them too. Smith has been linked to Newcastle today. Haaland goal. Always comes, Frankie. Always comes. Davison Sanchez, Trusty, Leandro Lelo, Suter, Jao Victor. Is that the guy? It doesn't look the same. Let me look into that guy. Bardake, Kleiber, Kiwior, classic. That's a fun Kiwior card. Derek Cornelius, Tavernier in season. Noah Markman. Jamie Lawrence, Savage. Yeah, defence is stacked, mate. You've kind of... Now you've got Trusty. Trusty's the only safe scales Celtic defender right now. Midfield, I see Yarinki and Forehold straight off the market floor and into your gallery. Oh, Mikaitashvili, Kjaergaard, Elliot Watt. Zalazar, Hitate, another Kjaergaard. Raskin for you. Amani. Yeah, midfield, like, I don't know if the edge comes off it a bit quicker than what defence had just there. And goalkeeper. Good quality. You kind of got all the guys from the big teams, don't you? But I don't know if I just think if I double mid a lot of this, it goes away quickly. Especially, this is going to go with 4 teams. You want this to be 4 teams of power with the amount of options you've got. I don't really see many Hearts guys here, quite surprisingly, but we've got Asane, classic Kareem the Dream, Arkatoglu, Horta, ripping it by the way. Tuneke out the packet. You've got an Antman. We've got Balikwisha, Borja Sainz, Francolino Jew. Yeah, I think you've got enough forwards here, don't you? I've seen the wee Cherny down there at the bottom. Thought there may have been a wee Hearts player in here just to mix it up a bit. Is there no Rangers forwards you can add in? I suppose you don't get that. You've got Chimiti, don't you? Yeah. I think you're better not getting any more Rangers forwards, actually. Yeah, I'd maybe try and explore, like, who plays with Sani? Like Osman or something? If you're going to do anything with this region, I think it's probably just a bit of firepower. To go across 4 teams, that's the only kind of... You've got Gassama down here, is obviously one of yours, and maybe somebody else out here comes halfway useful. But, like, yeah, Borja Sainz is good. Franjo seems in and out. You've got enough room for the classics, I guess, don't you? El Bilal Toure has put together some scores in Turkey. Horta obviously rinsing. Yeah, maybe I'm being a wee bit too... I think this is fine. This build again. High quality, high numbers. Now if we look at contender, we've got a bunch here. And goals, oh yeah, we've got a bunch. This region is probably going to be packed full of good options, I think. Stone Mambo. The legend lives on. Stone Mambo, Jez Horncamp. Love the names that we get on Planet Sorare, don't you? Burke Risa. Yeah, you got Roar. THB's back, guys. Told you he's 95p for this guy when he... THB is just too good for that league. £9 for a rare, so it doesn't feel bad for an all-star play. Let's go to midfield. Barisatik being under £5 feels crazy. Wow, that is crazy. Jeez, didn't realise the Celtic lads had openable cards. I put a post on Smegma. Balikwisha, Tuneke, Sriracha. Maybe somebody else, but they're openable now. No Iheanacho, GSP or Donovan. I posted. You need to follow me on Twitter, Smegma. Ryerson on 100. Oh. Of course, Mason. Yeah, you cashed in on Hearts. And you think Danny Rose winning the league. Of course, I forgot you said that. Oh, fair enough, Mason, fair enough. I think we were I thought it was more discussing doing it, but you've done it. I get it. Yeah, it's just for variation and differentiation, because Celtic strikers can be a nightmare. Your strikers aren't great right now. And when we get into the winter calendar, I don't know, maybe our strikers get together. I don't know how many Celtic strikers you want to buy, though. I don't know what your strikers will do. But yeah, just a thought. I don't know, is there another team in the league that's not Hearts you could get a striker for, just as that kind of covering the bases element? Like Jesper Karlsson for Aberdeen. I don't know if he's even scoring well, but something like that, you know, it's kind of what I'm thinking. Midfield is very thin. Good quality, but Obermeier, Wanazek, Twema, these are all going to be in all-star plays for you. I don't think you are playing them in this region. Or maybe you are, if you get Baris Atik here. Schulisnur, never heard of him before. 33-year-old, living his best life all of a sudden. At Karlsruhe with Wanazek. So fair play to him. Hragota. Rasmussen, Sego, we mentioned before. Inigo Vicente. Yeah, these are all-star cards for me. So yeah, I don't know if I've got a summary for this, Mason, but I really like your in-season champ stuff is very well put together, I think, for the most part. Eredivisie and Jupiler are very competitive. Challenger, pretty much done. Contender, it kind of is its own little thing, isn't it? I like the recent acquisitions you've got as well. I think you've done well with them. They've all clearly strengthened the galleries, the strategies that we've looked at there. And yeah, just with the festive period, could you maybe get like an Aberdeen striker or something like that if you don't want to get Hearts boys in, something like that. And that's 2 for Haaland. I told you, by the way. I know it wasn't you, Thomas Ronyon. It was Frankie, I think. Haaland. It just happens for Haaland at this level. Good luck in the MFL playoffs. Thank you, Rico, man. Yeah, that'll be tomorrow, so that'll be good fun on a Friday night, by the way. That'll be good fun indeed. Now, after Mason Miller, so we then had the question come from Adriano, which is the poll that we've been running in the chat today. We've had more votes than we've got likes and people watching there now. So a bunch of you have came and went and voted on it in different times, which is good crack. And it was with €1,000 in the new season. Would it be better to go limited Bundesliga from scratch or go rare La Liga, knowing that you have classic Mbappe and Pedri? 76% of the poll. I'm just going to end it here, the poll. We've got one more review to do. I'll end the poll just now. 76% said go rare La Liga. I think the Pedri and Mbappe is a big level up. The payout in rare, it's not. Is it more? I don't know. I'm really conflicted with it, to be honest with you. That's why my instinct to poll it came out so strongly, so quickly. I am very conflicted with what the best move is for that, to be honest with you. Because I think with the Bundesliga, you can... Yeah. The thing is like if you had Kane and Elise in this scenario, you would say go rare Bundesliga, of course. But it's because La Liga is like... It's not really obvious who the good cards are going to be. You know, like, and what I mean by that is, like, I can't even think of any good examples this year. Harry trades in his Oviedo guys as an example. There's been plenty of examples down the years, but that's the first one I just can think of that's relevant to now. Like, you've got, yeah, sure, you get one Pedri and one Mbappe, but who are you going to get? And establishing that at the beginning of the season, La Liga can be really tough for that. Like, really tough. Whereas the Bundesliga, like... You know that Kompany's the Bayern Munich manager. You know that this is happening, that's happening. Yeah, Kane could go to Barcelona if you believe the newspapers, and things like that can happen. Of course they can. But outside of that, like, you know, the striker for Dortmund's going to score goals. You know the defence for this team will be busy and handy, and fullbacks and goalkeepers. And I think Bundesliga, your money can be... I don't know, man. It's a really tough one. I really struggle to pick one of the two. It's a lovely dynamic because rare does lift the ante, which means the La Liga thing, it kind of balances off better, I think. But Bundesliga is the place to live that extreme life in limited, where you just buy the Bayern stack and then get Mittelstadt and get Grimaldo and get whoever, Schlotterbeck and everyone else you want to buy. Yeah, Rico man's got me there. Oh, Vicario's benched. Oh no, Donnarumma's been benched for Vicario. Frankie, that's a gutter. That is a gutter. I would not have seen that coming personally. Unlucky, mate. That is a sore one. So yeah, I really struggled what one I would do. I think Bundesliga is kind of the safest bet, but is it by that big of a margin where taking the step up would be worth it? But again, like I've said in some content, you'll see the Road to Glory video when it comes out, but I think multi-entry maxed out is the way to do this strategy that we're thinking about. So I would probably just about go to La Liga, Bundesliga Limited, Adriano, if you're still here. Now the last one we had was from a new member, RW96. Can I get a review? First time doing this, and he's left his name. And then we got another comment. Yeah, just what you think and any you think I should focus on, and if you want to see something fun, go to game week 13 for the best weekend I've had. Oh, nice. Well, that's a good... Gives me somewhere to bounce from. Lovely Hall of Fame, by the way, for... I was going to say a gallery that's quite new, but you've been here since 2022. Maybe it's just a new member, sorry. Game week 13. Let's have a peek. Big Celtic and Big Hearts. Well, kind of Big Celtic. This is your top page. That's nice, man. Nice win, man. 2 bags of sand. Well done to you, mate. Of course, it was the Harry Milne Findlay weekend. Of course it was. Hey, well done, mate. Smashing. Love to see it. Love to see it. Nice wee J-League guys there as well. Hold on. Oh. So we've got 458 limiteds, 123 rares, and then 1. What is this one? It's nothing. Is that a National Series card by any chance? Right, okay. Vamos, Alan Katak. Now, let's go with rare. To do this, I don't think limiteds will be. So we've got the. Is this all contender? This might be. Yeah, okay, let's have a peek across. Contender. A wee bit of MLS. Okay. This might not be too hard to wrestle with. Let's go with rare to start with. So it looks like we've got, let's just double check, champion. You've got a few guys that have transferred. Challenger. You've got a lot of guys. Contender. You've got some guys that have transferred, I suppose. Same as me, really. Yeah, all-star plays. So it's just contender, really. Awesome for rare. And then MLS. So let's have a peek. Where's the positions? Where have they went? 8 goalkeepers. So we get Salinger Smith, double Swallow, classic and in season. Gordon and double Clark handcuff, double Gordon handcuff. Nice. So we've got 3 keepers. You've got a double Hearts defence stack. You can go single Hearts as well, with or double. You've got Lalo to add into that. That's really cool, by the way. I like this Hearts stack you've got going here. I know Lalo's quite fortunate with being the craft, but he's a fun addition into that. Rothwell probably was imagined, and again, I know he crafted it to be more useful than what he is, but Devlin for team 1. Beningami's probably team 2, isn't he? And Beningame probably needs a midfield partner in a team. Maybe that's Fadinger. I don't mind Fadinger. I use him myself. But the quality goes down quite a lot there, doesn't it? Is this in season only? No, this is all. Dylan Levitt not been quite as effective as I think we would have all thought. Braga, Shanklin, Stamatopoulos, Rodrigo Mora, nice craft. Shankland. Yeah, this needs a midfielder. Even one. Do you have the guy Agu for when he comes into the team? Nah, you need to get one of those guys Agu. You need to get one of him. And I've been wrestling with this position in midfield in particular myself quite a bit. Actually, let's just go to the market. We're looking at my stupid guys. Limited is more why I play, rare is like fun. Okay, cool. So I have a wee peek at midfielders for a quick second. And then I'll go to limited for you. McGrath. Christ, is still only £40. Zalazar, again, he's a wee bit flakier, I think. I know, wow, Sudakov's only 60 now. Sudakov's coming back. Sudakov is coming back. I don't know if that's out of price point or whatever, but it caught my eye. Apologies. Fort Hope is 60. Talisca is still under 20 quid. Talisca Talisca, Tedesco loves Talisca. I'm just going to tell you that. I can tell. Talisca and Tedesco, they get on. They get on. Under 20 quid for Talisca. He's no cheap, right? But I'm surprised he's not been held up a wee bit more expensive. It's like Gabri Vega's 26, you know. Josh Mulligan at 13, by the way. You know, a little bit of that. You know, could we do a little bit of that? RW. Right, let's go to limited then. If that's where the fun's at, let's go to limited and see what we're cooking with. Right, champ, what have we got? Bunch of stuff. Fine. Challenger. Bunch of stuff. Contender. Bunch of stuff. Cool. So we're looking at everything. No problem. Let's clear that filter. I want the kind of the one that's better for the leagues and stuff. Oh, that's the market tab I'm thinking of, isn't it? Tournament. Oh, no, it's just, no, it's not. Yeah, it's that market tab I'm thinking of. Okay, Prem. Oh yeah, nice Salah. Excuse me. Lamans, Pickford, top. Verbruggen. Wow, he's got some scores behind him. Clean sheets as well. Well done, Bart. Well done, Bart. And Henderson, Leno. Classic. Yeah, okay. Top two keepers are great. The rest of them are themselves, aren't they? The nicest way of saying it. Man United defence. Ruben Diaz. Yeah. You'll probably know RW. I'm not the biggest Man United guy. SO5 wise, I'm not sure you're getting the scores here you're going to need in Prem, but I know it's mainly about supporting Man United and stuff, so fine. Brooks, Mainu. Yeah, this needs a midfielder in it. You've got a fucking Ballon d'Or Salah. It's a beautiful card, mate. As a Man United holder, it does feel weird that you've got it now, to be honest. Giant Sancho, love that. Love those error cards when they come out. Bought that 2 years ago. What a hold that's been, mate. Well done. So yeah, like Prem is just, yeah, it's Man United, isn't it? I get what you're doing there. Not really much to say beyond get a midfielder. Bundesliga, numbers are quite thin. We've got a Neuer and a Galassi. Van der Voort handcuff. We've got Nico. By the way, that's a lovely build. Lovely build. Joshua Kimmich has got an injury on international duty. SOS for you, mate. Baumgartner for Team 1. You'll probably get away with carrying Kimmich, depending on how long the injury's out for. But if it's a big one, watch out. But yeah, Kane Elise, you could be fine. Nice Bundesliga. Lean and mean. La Liga, are we cooking? Oh, we are. We've got one team. We've got All Black. Decent choices across classic and in-season defence. Limited choices in midfield, but for one team, you can get away with either one of them if they're properly surrounded, which that Spider-Man is lovely. The Frutos we're fans of on this channel, and you've got classics as well. I like La Liga. It's hard to... For that being one team, you also want to upgrade the midfielder, but... It's not super necessary unless you're in a high division or going for a big streak, I wouldn't say. France, we've got one guy, Dio, in goals. We've got Seiko in defence. Midfield choices, which is fun. Choices in attack. Yeah, I'd quite like Liga, and it's a nice wee throwaway effort you've got. Or maybe it's a connect effort. Love that as well. MLS, I'm not going to bother with MLS just for the season time of year we're at. Not really, nothing for Jupiler, that's fine. Eredivisie, nothing. Challenger. Trubin, Schmeichel, Onana. And a bunch of classics. Nice. 4 teams of strength coming, I can feel it. Don't know if it's that Fire Schmeichel that's doing it. But Trubin as well, love that. Wimmer, nice craft, nice score. You've got all the Celtic defence, I think. So, yeah. You've got Celtic defenders for 2 teams. Otamendi is in the fold. Yannick Schuster, 19-year-old, coming straight out of Salzburg here. Watch out. And then, yeah, we're maybe looking at across 4 teams. We might need to go single defence. Do we have doubles? I don't think we have doubles. Yeah, we don't. So, okay. Defence, I think you've got guys for it. But for across 4 teams, like if Celtic's defence is hard to predict, I'm not sure who the certainties are that jump in. Barry Nashea solid, 4 holds solid. Raskin's up there in the best in the region. All the Celtic mids. Yeah. I quite like it. It's very similar to mine in some ways. Obviously, I've not got Raskin or Gassama or any of these guys, but Pavlidis, Teneke, all the Celtic guys as well. Nice. Now, I've kind of coupled Fenerbahce in with my Celtic stuff, and I'm quite pleased with how that worked out for me. It feels like you've got a fair bit of Benfica doing that for you. I think you would actually really like to win this Thomas Araujo. You've got Otamendi, I think he's injured now, isn't he? But that's the main thing I would say here is, can you get a bit more Benfica defence in your life? Ideally not the 39-year-old. But yeah, and these guys actually sucked at the weekend. But even a Dedic, and I know he's been scoring crap, but he might turn good, I don't know. But yeah, I would maybe lean into this a bit more. You've also got the Trubin. Is Arausnes a defender card? Orsnes is still a midfielder? Or is he a defender? Orsnes is a midfielder still. So yeah, I wouldn't be touching him. And yeah, Jigga can play. This guy Schuster. Maybe I'm overlooking at big winter break. Maybe I'm not. Vimmer's just came in. But yeah, this secondary team, I would get more of that defence in there. I think you're okay everywhere else, to be honest with you. This is really good looking. And then the final one we've got is Contender. Nico O'Reilly starts for England. What a giveaway card that was, eh? I was looking at mid for last week's, but nothing really pops out at me, so maybe you can convince me. Mid at... What was that with the rares we were just looking at? Sorry. Yeah, McGrath, Talisca. If you've not got a big budget, guys like that are very workable. I'm just trying to remember what we were chatting about. RW, sorry, I kind of lost myself for a moment. Contender is J-League, which, yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to really talk on. End of the season. Unless, yeah, there's some other bits in here. You've got some European guys like Leif Davis. Is there much more of that going on? I don't think so, really, is there? No. The Gucci's and stuff. So, yeah, man, I really like what we've got here. Some of the strategies are really thoroughly built out. Some of them are quite new. Very similar to my gallery in a lot of ways. Obviously at 458 limiteds. So maybe a bit more of my limited in season and my rare in season kind of combined. But I like what you've got going on, mate. And I think, yeah, for that Contender strategy, get the Benfica defence built. Really double in with that secondary team that you've got to couple in with Celtic. And I say, the guys in the SPFL will be good to have over Christmas, like McGrath and whoever else. Rare, yeah. So, like, there's lots of good guys around the £40-50 mark. We kind of gandered that. Do we still have the tab? Yeah, we do. But you've got Baranashea, and you've got Sudakov, don't you? I think you had Richard Rios. Oh no, it really didn't. Oh, I'm thinking you're reading Unlimiteds. I'm getting two things confused in my mind. Ignore me, sorry. But yeah, to add into that, if you could go to Baranashea at £50, I think that would be a good move. But McGrath at 30 is probably the smart move anyway for the correlation, etc. But he does like an injury, McGrath. It's the only hesitation I have around him. Talisca, if you're on a budget, I like a lot. Zalazar at 30 is pretty exciting, but he just does get flaky. He should be amazing all the time. Sometimes, yeah, it just goes a wee bit flaky, but main guy for them, and he's on form. 30 quid might be a really interesting one. Mulligan even at 13. I would watch out for Fred and Szymanski. I don't really see them being reliable. Edson Alvarez, I think, is going to play all the time. I just don't think he's going to score that great. Hitati at 15 might be an opportunity, by the way, because his prices really came down because he's been benched 2 games in a row, but that might change quite quickly because he's been playing well. So Hitati at 15 might be one to watch. Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at, buddy. Wow, I can't believe Stengs hasn't kicked a ball this year. Awesome. Guys, this has been some stream. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in tonight. Thanks to all the channel members for all their support. Genuinely couldn't do this without yous. Now, we do have some cards to give away. So, we've gave away... Yeah, we got rid of the Conor Bradley. That giveaway's been done now, which is good. I do need to find out... Graham has rolled a card over. So, we have 3 cards to give away. Need to hear from Gully on the Nisbet and need to hear from Donny on the Sahiti. They probably will roll them over, but I need to speak to them about that. But on the comment section of this video, for any of you that are just tuning in, if you're a channel member, when I end the stream, the live chat closes, the comment section opens. Channel members, especially if you want to enter the giveaway for Kobe Mainu and Thomas Araujo, leave a comment on the stream afterwards. Feel free to talk about something we spoke about today. Maybe the whole limited Bundesliga, rare La Liga, quandary. Maybe some of the stuff that we did. Maybe you got your gallery reviewed. You want to leave a wee afterthought on stuff. Maybe tomorrow or later on tonight. Whatever. But member comments is what we're after. And we've got 2 juicy cards to give away to all the members. Hopefully we'll get crafting again. We've not got much limited essence left over. And I think this game week, yeah, I don't have any actual... Oh, Soboslai is smashing. We started off talking about missions, by the way. Soboslai's done the damage for us on that one. 1 down, a few more to go. But I think I should have a lot of limiteds going out at the weekend. Yeah, I've got 8 keepers easily. So we might be crafting again quite quickly and giving away some more cards to the channel members. Yeah, we'll be able to get there in no time. We've got 200 as a head start. Thanks again to everyone that tuned in. We've had a lot of content on the channel this week. I forget precisely what's happened everywhere. But jump on the channel homepage, check on the live tab, the videos tab, and just see what's been coming out over the last couple of days and keep up to speed because there's been plenty happening. In this international break, there's plenty going to be rolling on. From crafting cars to degen sessions to Road to Glories, all the usual stuff, guys. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in. Can't say that enough. Really appreciate all the support from the channel members. Thanks to everyone that supports all the content here and everywhere else I get up to it. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Stay out of trouble, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Satara.